Now we will talk about and we will learn to write about a cow. Cow is a domestic animal that you and I normally see. Yes, all of you have seen a cow. Now, when you think about cow, most of you Hindu students, you will say cow is a holy animal. Now, what else when you look at the cow, what is that impress you? His horns, the large eyes, the ears, and a long tail with a little some hair at the tip. Then what else you remember? You think of the milk that you drink in the morning and all the milk products. Then you talk about the color. Then you talk about the cow has a family, mummy, daddy, baby. What do you call the bull? Then you say the cow, the small baby, calf, all kinds. So when you talk about a cow, you normally talk about many things, mainly the milk products. Then what it eats? It loves to eat grass and shrubs and leaves. Then what are the things you can make out of the milk? You make paneer and ghee and all kinds. Then what about the cow dung itself? It's supposed to be manure, used for manure. Poor people take the cow dung when it is fresh. They will smear it on the wall, and that's supposed to be helping to keep off insects. And when you talk about the rainy days, cold days, those rooms are very, very warm to sleep in. So nothing is wasted. If it is milk, milk products, cow dung, you make. Some poor people dry it and they use it as fuel because they don't have money to buy firewood. So totality, when you talk about cow, it's a wonderful animal, lovely domestic animal, so useful, so helpful and so lovely to look at. So we are going to write about the cow. Okay, next time if you have not observed the cow, look at it nicely. The lovely horns, large ears, lovely eyes, observe it and I am sure you will be happy. We are going to learn to write about the cow. The cow. The cow is a gentle, domestic, four-legged animal. Okay? So now, the cow is, we always say it's gentle, domestic, four-legged animal. That is describing how the cow looks. Gentle, domestic, because we keep it in our house, we take care of it, and it's got four legs. It has a long tail with a bushy end. It has a long tail. It uses the long tail for what? To chase the insects that come and disturb it. It has a long tail with a bushy end. What else? It has got a long tail with the bushy end, large, beautiful eyes. Yes, large, beautiful eyes. What else? And big ears. Beautiful eyes. Horn. It has got some horns and long ears. Okay, now just imagine you're talking about the cow. It's gentle, it's a domestic animal, it's got 4 legs, it's got a long tail, bushy, then it's got large eyes, then it's got large and beautiful eyes, it's got 2 horns and big ears. It's a lovely little animal to look at. Now let's talk about the color. What colors it has? Sometimes, usually the cows are black or white or brown or mixture of patches. So next we can talk about its color. You can say cows are usually white. Cows come in white, brown, sometimes it is red and black colors and black. Cows come in white, brown, red and black, sometimes in patches of browns and black. So you spoke about the shape of the cow, the color of the cow, how it looks. What does it like to eat? The cow loves to eat grass, shrubs and leaves. You can say it likes to eat grass, shrubs and leaves, that is fresh leaves. So we spoke about the shape, color, what he likes to eat. Now what does it give you? The cow gives us milk. The cow gives us milk. And what do you do with the milk? You can make, and they say, when you talk about milk, what do the teachers say about the milk? The milk is a complete food. The cows gives us milk and it is a complete food. It's a complete food. The milk has everything. Then, from the milk, what are the things we can make? We can make from milk, we can make curd, butter, very good. What else? Curd, butter, you can get some cream, then you can ghee and paneer. Very good. All these things can be made from the milk. These are the milk products. Okay. So from milk, the cow gives us milk and it is a complete food. If you drink milk, it's got all the things necessary for the growth as a little girl or boy. From milk, we can make curd, we can make butter, then you can get cream, you can get ghee and some paneer. What else? Milk is not only used to make these, but sometimes in dishes also we to make dishes like sweets, we use milk. So we also use milk for making sweets. Now in the villages, what they do with the cow dung? In the villages, they use cow dung, to build walls, to build walls of their houses, walls of their houses. In the villages, they used cow dung to build walls of their houses, to keep them warm, you see. Walls of their houses. What else? Now they say the cow dung keeps the house warm and keeps off pests. The cow dung keeps the house warm, keeps the house warm and keep off all those insects that trouble you, keep off pests that trouble the house. Then what else? It's supposed to be good manure for the plants. They say it is also good for fuel and manure for the plants. Finally, we can say the cow is supposed to be a sacred animal. It is a sacred animal. It is a sacred animal for Hindus. It is a sacred animal for the Hindus. You can also talk about the family of the cow. You can say the daddy is called an ox or a bull, the baby is called a calf, and all sorts of things, and how the bulls are used. You can do all that. But here we are writing a short composition on the cow. Now let's say the cow. The cow is a gentle, domestic, four-legged animal. So you can picture the cow. It has a long tail with bushy end, large beautiful eyes, horns and long ears, lovely ears. Then cows come in white color, brown, red and black, and sometimes in patches of brown and black, and they really look lovely. It likes to eat grass, shrubs and leaves, and you always love to give them fresh leaves. The cow, in return, what does it give us? The cow gives us milk, and it is a complete food. If you can drink a cup of milk morning and night, you will be a strong little girl or boy. From milk we can make curd, butter, cream, ghee and paneer. In the villages, they use cow dung to build the walls of their houses. The cow dung keeps the house warm, and keeps off pests that trouble, okay? It is also good for fuel and manure for the plant. It is a sacred animal for the Hindus. You can also write about cow's family. The father you call bull or ox, the baby is called a calf, and what do you do with the bull? It's used for plowing. You can do a lot of elaborate things if you want to write a lengthy thing. So if you are not talking about cow's family, only talking about the cow. Then you also can go on to say the cows, what happens is the skin of the cow is made use to make bags and things like that. Sometimes they make also costumes, coats and things like that. So that is little elaborate, but this is, you have seen a cow, how it looks, what does he eat, what we can do with the milk and all that. It's a short composition on the cow. Now we will learn to write a short composition on dog. Most of us have, most of you have pets, and I'm sure you love to keep a puppy as your pet. Yes? Now, children normally love pets, uh, to have a little pet like a little puppy, and to help it to grow, feed and cuddle and take it for a walk. Now, the dogs are supposed to be man's best friend, and they are mainly flesh-eating animal, but there are also vegetarian animals. Now, there are different kinds of dogs, you know. There are Pomeranians, there are German Shepherds, Labradors, all sorts of names, different types. And normally children fall in love with the different kinds of dogs. Now, dogs are faithful friend of man. And if you love a dog dearly, he gives back that love and he takes care of not only you, your surrounding, your home. Now, that is why, because of the faithfulness of the dog, police force all over the world use dogs to catch thieves. Okay? So, now we are going to write about dog. When you say you have a friend, you have a pet dog, then we say befriending. A dog means having a friend for life. That's why some people, when their dogs die or get sick, they cry. Because dog is like a member of the family, like one of the children in the family. And they're taken care of, well cared for, and the dog returns love for love. So they always say, you want to love someone dearly, love a dog. He will return 100% love. So we could write about the dog. The dog. When you say we are having a dog as a friend, we say befriending. Keeping dog as a friend means having a good, faithful friend for life. So the first is befriending. So first we can say befriending a dog means having a good and faithful friend for life. Friend for life. As long as he has life, he will be a good friend and he'll take care of you. So, when you write first, what will you write about? You'll say, dogs are man's good friend. Okay? Just like many animals, you'll say, a dog is always a faithful friend of man. So you will write, a dog is always a faithful friend of man. That's the first sentence you'll write about dog. Then what else? They say they are loyal. Their loyalty to man you cannot measure. So when you talk about a dog is always a faithful friend of man and a good and loyal, and it is always loyal to its master, loyal to its master. Who is a master? The person who trains and loves and takes complete charge. So, a dog is always a faithful friend of man and it is always loyal to his master. Then what else will you write? most commonly kept pet in the world. It is the most common. It is the most commonly kept. It is the most commonly kept pet in the world. Most children, neighbors, you ask, what's your pet? You will say it's a dog. Only thing, it will be different types of dog. What does the dog, keeping him in the house, what does it do to you? A dog, he loves, guards, and protects your life and your house. What does he do? He loves you. He loves, guards. He loves, guards, and protects. He loves, guards, and protects the house. What does the dog do? The dog loves you. He guards and protects the house where you live in. Then what else? For lonely people, people who are single, a man or a woman living single in the house, the best companion is a dog. So what will you say? It is, or he is a companion in loneliness. He is a companion in loneliness. Those who are alone. Then the dog is a member of your family. So you cannot just segregate him. He loves you, he guards and protects your house, and he is a companion in loneliness. Now, you say, he is a member of the family. He is a member of the family. Then what else will you say? What more? The food. The dog is normally a flesh-eating animal. He is a flesh-eating animal. But there are also dogs that are vegetarian. There are dogs who are vegetarians too. Now, what do you talk about his sense of smell? They say a dog has a strong sense of smell and loyalty, and he offers unconditional love. So now we are talking about his sense. He has a very strong sense of smell. Got a very strong sense of smell. The street dogs. Now when you talk about smell, you say the street dogs also, they also bark. The street dogs also bark at any stranger. The street dogs also bark at any stranger who enters their street. So generally dogs have strong sense of smell, but even the street dogs, they sense
And what do? They bark at any stranger who enters the street. Then there are different kinds of dogs, shapes and color and size. There are different. There are several kinds, several types and kinds of dogs. What else? It is good, they say, for children to love and care for a pet like dog. They say, for children, it is good. It is good to love and care for a pet, for a pet. It is good for children, it is good to love and care for a pet dog. They say in all countries they use a dog because of his sense of smell. I said they have a strong sense of smell. And approaching of strangers, they're very, very sensitive. So all police department, they do train dogs to catch criminals. So this is the short composition on dog. The dog. Befriending, that in keeping a dog as a friend. Huh? A good and faithful friend for life. Befriending a dog means having a good and faithful friend for life. Dog will not let you down. A dog is always a faithful friend of man. And it is always loyal to its master. Whoever is taking care, feeding, training, the dog is always faithful to its master. It is the most commonly kept pet in the world. Most common. Any house you go, any place, it is the dog that is more common than other pets. He loves and guards and protects the house. He is a companion in loneliness. Sometimes there are single people, old people living in a house or a flat, and they have a pet dog. He is a good companion, a great friend, because they are lonely, they don't have children, they are alone, but dog seems to be a wonderful companion. He is a member of the family. Everyone treats the dog, the pet dog, as a member of the family, plays with it, feeds it, takes care of it. He is a flesh-eating animal. But there are dogs who are vegetarian too. They can manage. He has a very strong sense of smell. The street dogs also bark at any stranger who enters their street. There are several types of and kinds of dogs. For children, it is good to love and care for a pet dog. It is good feeling for them. It's good for them because taking care, looking after. And the children are safe because of the dog.